Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Real Talk on WCOBM. I'm Melissa Wiggins, your host, and I have a first-time guest in the studio with us today. Her name is Caitlin Williams. Welcome to the show, Caitlin.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell our audience what your role is with the Real Talk Youth Impact Program and how you initially learned about the program.
So I started off as an internship with the Real Talk program at CSN Community College in Las Vegas. My major is criminal justice, and I had an opportunity for one of the electives as an internship, and one of the programs was Real Talk. So I chose it after I looked it up and noticed that it involves children and trying to get them help and everything. So after I interviewed with the professors, I got the internship, and that's how I started with Real Talk.
Well, congratulations, and I'm sure the program's happy to have you.
Yes.
So you've been involved since January,
Yes.
and I'm sure you've had an opportunity to witness multiple Change One programs.
Yes.
Talk about that experience.
With the Change One programs, what I do is I attend the Red Table, which the Red Table is the people's first time coming in. So I basically make sure they're pre-registered. If not, then register them, have them fill out packets, make sure parents are there. Just try and just engage with them before they get in. If they have any questions, let me know. During the meeting, if any of the kids need anything, or if there's something that needs to be done, like for the graduates or just the parents in general, just make sure that I can assist in any way.
Talk about the children's participation in the program and what you've been able to witness with the interaction with the members.
Definitely, there is a lot more kids that like to engage with the members than others. Of course, that's just kids in general. Gotta warm up a little bit before they want to engage in any activity.
Sure.
But I have definitely noticed when kids have any questions, or they like for the members in general, it's pretty awesome to watch them engage with the members with any of the questions that they do have of, like, maybe the members' past or where they think of their future and stuff like that.
Who are some of the guest speakers that have really stuck out in your mind?
To remember their names, for the guest speakers that come in for the second part of, like, how they've never really been in trouble, they're like a good part of the community. I remember there was a football player that came in one time. He definitely got all the kids' attention because
I'm sure.
he was a professional football player. But just his story in general, he wasn't always didn't always have the best, but came up and became a pro football player, and actually had a paper for kids to join his camp for football. So that was really awesome to see.
How inspiring are the messages from the volunteer members of the program?
Oh, it's definitely inspiring just watching where they've come up in their life after they've gone out of prison, just taking their time out of their day to come join and volunteer for the program, not getting paid for it, nothing, not getting any representation with it, just taking time of their own and volunteering. That's awesome.
As this program expands, and we know it will, eventually it's going to go national.
Yes.
How do you see your role evolving?
Well, so far as there's been talk about getting funding, so if there is any funding that's going to be happening time soon, I will be working part-time as a program assistant, just basically assisting any needs for the program, for the Change One meetings, and for the diversion corps. I will be taking care of that, so it will be a lot of paperwork.
Tell me, what motivated you to pursue criminal justice?
Just definitely my childhood in general. I had an awesome childhood, but just watching other kids who maybe didn't, or getting involved in things that maybe people shouldn't, just wanting to help kids who don't have all the same resources as everyone else.
Okay. What about the parents? Have you been involved in any of the parent meetings or the parent groups?
I have sat in one of the parent group meetings, and I've gone in and out there to talk to the parents. But it's really awesome just watching the parents talk, engage with each other, give each other advice. Just they're all going through the same thing, so it's like some of them break down, and then another parent's there just to consult them and say, like, it's okay, and it's really, because of course the parents don't want to be there. The parents don't want their kid in this situation, and not all of them are in a situation, but the parents that are, it's just definitely empowering to watch them all come together as one and try and help each other out.
So I know a program assistant has to have a gamut of responsibility, but there is talk that eventually you might evolve into that role. What do you see yourself doing in that capacity?
A lot of paperwork. There's definitely a lot of paperwork with, and yeah, that's just because especially we're dealing with children, we need to make sure like we know everything. But I will most likely be just taking over the program with the Change One meeting and any question that needs to be handled, anything like that, take over that. And then with diversion court, I go to court on Wednesdays. If a child gets referred to Real Talk, then I go and talk to their parents, get all their information, give them the 411 on Real Talk.
Give a more in-depth explanation for our viewers who may not know the definition. What is diversion court?
Diversion court is with the juvenile justice system. And basically it is a way to get the kids before they go on to probation. So it's diversion court, they basically give them chances, like they give them counseling or a program like Real Talk or community service, anything to kind of just like get them to not go farther down the wrong path. So it's like kind of like a stop before probation that a kid would take. So if they do all the counseling, all the programs, the community service, get good grades, then their charges are let go and they're free to go and they don't escalate to probation. So it's kind of like a good stop to take before anything escalates in your life.
Okay. And how are you involved specifically with that diversion court process?
So basically every Wednesday at 2 o'clock diversion court happens, and me representing Real Talk, I go and sit in the courtroom and listen to all the court cases for the kids. And when the judge says, okay, you're going to Real Talk, I go and sit out there and talk to the parents. Like I said, give them like all the information about Real Talk. If they have any questions, get all their information and let them know of the next meeting and hopefully see them there. And I always, once we go to the Change One meeting, I always recognize the people and like say hi to the parents.
Oh, that's
and,
great.
Yeah.
Why is Real Talk a good diversion for these kids?
It's definitely, I think it's a really good one because it gets the kids off the street if they join the activities. It gets them motivated to get good grades, to join these activities of any activity they want to do. And so they're not just hanging out on the streets with the wrong crowd. They're actually doing something fulfilling.
Have you witnessed a graduation ceremony?
Yes.
Okay. How excited are they to get those certificates?
They're really excited. It's awesome to watch, a little like heartwarming to watch them, like they look better in themselves, like from the first meeting to the third meeting when they're graduating, you can see more of a smile, like they did it and they want to do something different with their life.
Are you seeing a lot of the kids give back in the program after they've maybe graduated? Are you seeing quite a few of them coming back to volunteer?
Well, yes, one of the things that we ask for is if you do join an activity, you come back and volunteer. So we do have a lot of the graduates there volunteering, passing out food or any of the cards, or just like being there to assist us in the little things that we need during the program.
Okay, okay. Well, that's wonderful. I want to thank you so much for your time and sharing that with us. I'm sure that we'll have an opportunity to have you back on the show as your role kind of changes and shifts. There's going to be a lot to do. So I appreciate your time today.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome.